Hello friends, welcome back to In It All Is Art. In today's video I am working on the garden. I've been doing lots of different projects. My husband is putting together some watering grid for our raised beds. And one of the projects I have for today is taking all of the pretty things that come in for the winter time for protection from the elements and getting those back out into the garden bed. The wind chimes, all of the things. And they are going to just disperse into the landscape. And I'll just take you along for that. I just did all of that weeding along the house over there. That was a big project. And I've gotten some spot weeding done throughout the beds. Got lots of beautiful bulbs coming up. I planted those this last fall. So I'm really happy about that. Bringing in some color and some beautiful scents for the spring. And those snapdragons lived through the winter, so I just left them because they're gonna bloom here again, and that's wonderful because they're usually an annual. And so this video will include lots and lots of weeding and mulching, and as you saw a little bit, the disbursement of art into the landscape in different ways. I'm going to work on my front yard, I'm going to work on my backyard, and I hope you enjoy. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. My name is Angela, and I'm glad you're here. Little collection of frogs goes in the shade bed. wherever they seem to like the area, and just become little friends. And these are some of the little guys that are coming up. The shade bed is a work in progress. Got some mullein, some maidenhair ferns. Those are an iris. Lots of hostas. Angelica is in that pot. That goes to seed really easily, so I wanted to keep it contained. Got some lilies. Need to get some little supports for them. Work in progress. Let's go get the other guys. I think those are originally candlesticks. I found them on Facebook Marketplace, and I thought that they would be very nice for the shade garden. There's these little sculptures. There's a local concrete sculpture guy who makes these, and I really enjoy. Got a little fairy. There's a gargoyle that actually lives on this pedestal. You'll see that here in a little bit. We're shifting to the front yard. This is a project I've been working on, shifting some grape hyacinth from one bed to another. It really suits this more woodland themed bed rather than that perennial bed.
What do you say?
Yeah, I like it. There's a pillow that will go on that when the rains really stop. But here it is. This is kind of just a little mossy border. Little collection of odds and ends. Some ceramic work I did way back in the day in community college pottery class. Those are a bright orange something or another, and I'll remember the name and see if I can pop it up on the screen. Yeah, I'm gonna leave the hose uncoiled because for right now I'm gonna hand water. And of course I've got that mess down at the end there to clean up. I'm really excited for this particular adventure. I've never grown tomatoes upright without the tomato cages, so this will be an interesting little test, little experiment. And as they grow, we'll definitely tie them to the little arches there, to the supports. We'll see how they do. And the same with the peppers. We'll tie those to their supports as they get bigger. I think it's just going to be really beautiful. It's like a little room. So as we enter, and of course there won't be a mess of boxes and things, but I'm going to get some hanging baskets and I'll hang some beautiful plants along there, which kind of bring in a little more of the pollinators and some beauty flanking the entry. And then we've got this little garden room. And last year my husband and I we weeded everything and we put down the weed cloth and just got bucket and bucket and bucket after bucket of rock from our local supply store, that sort of thing. And it's done really well. There's been a couple of little weeds popping up here and there. We'll see how the rainbow carrots do in their little pot right there. I really like the idea of a sensory garden, so I have a lot of different types of mint, and that adds a fun little element. These are some zinnia. Hopefully they survive. I should have watered them sooner. Some zinnias that were volunteers from last year. We'll have the dill and the nasturtiums there. This is another mint. And so I really love, walking around, taking a break around the garden and just smelling all the good smells. This is another mint. That's I think the chocolate mint. I have a couple of different varieties. I also love to, some volunteer ferns. I started adding moss and watering and these exploded, so that's cool. And that one down there as well. It really adds to the lushness. This is a fun little project. Some friends and I made little hanging like art for our gardens. All kinds of fun things, just finding old earrings and odds and ends, like things that probably wouldn't have gotten used otherwise. That's fun. Top of some sort of jewelry box or something. Just add some interesting little touch to the wall there. Unfortunately, the plastic on these little greenhouses, excuse me, I think I just swallowed a bug. They cracked in the sun. The heat was pretty intense last year, so hopefully this garden does well. So we haven't decided if we're going to keep those or not, so I didn't do any seed starts of my own. I did pop some marigolds down in that little pot with that fun little gnome bumblebee. And yeah, so I have some leftover guys here, some nasturtiums and marigold. These are going to go into some hanging baskets. Probably they will be the ones that flank this. Losing my words there. Archway. I tend to use the warmer, more like loud colors in the kitchen garden. So lots of oranges and reds and those colors. And then out and about in the landscape and in the perennial gardens, I tend to enjoy purples. Got some yellow tulips going, but I tend to enjoy purples and pinks and cooler colors. And I'll be doing more work. Although the, oh goodness, what are these? One of my favorite plants. I'm gonna remember, and I'll pop it up on the screen there too. Still have some weeding to do in this bed. And then I'll mulch everything. There were a whole bunch of volunteer lupin, as you can see, and verbena. The birds absolutely adore that. This is the kind of verbena that has the big, tall, purple blossoms, and they are very stout, sturdy. The birds just go crazy, and they cover them in the fall, so that's nice.